an accessibility strategic partner for our IT division at Freddie Mac. And we had essentially a business case that we needed to solve for. So we have a lot of people who are within our senior organization, and we have a lot of people within our early career hire program. But we saw that we weren't touching those, who were in the mid-career hire stage of their careers. So what does that look like for us? And we decided to do a highly structured 18-month rotational program where individuals would have an opportunity to build skills and then have a valuable experience. So within IT, as we know, that degrees are hugely important in order to gain a footing within the door. And there's a lot of competition between companies and individuals in order to have those success points. And so we understood that success does not always come in traditional means. And so we wanted to look past the traditional degree and the traditional points of what others measured as success to see if we would able to tap a new, essentially, pipeline. So the program goal was to establish diversity and inclusivity by utilizing a career pathway for those who are already interested in transitioning or returning to technology in the workplace. So what we did was we created 3 tracks: cybersecurity, infrastructure, and end-user technology, and gave opportunities for those who were not already in tech or or those who may have left tech a while ago and wanted to get back in. So let's talk about what this looks like. So how many of us know that it can be hard to get a job as it is, right? And then if you add on what others may perceive as a lack of correlated job experience, you're then pushed to the bottom of the pond, right? What we recognize is you have to go beyond the surface of a candidate to find out what makes them a culture add and not a culture fit. So many times we say, oh, this person does not, fit in with our culture. No, we wanted culture additions. And so what does culture addition look like? It's people who have maybe soft computer skills, maybe not the hardcore coding and developing. People who have developed problem solving, maybe because of their military experience. Those who have financial modeling because they may be an analytics or data analytics person. Those who may have great communication skills and marketing skills. All of these skills are necessary in order to make great IT employees. Is it the traditional way? Not necessarily, but we recognize that the backgrounds that people had were important, and that if you mix those hard skills that we can provide with the soft skills that the community has, then we recognize that this would be a great fit for our program. So what did we do? We said whether you were military, a stay-at-home mom or dad, you may have taken time to care for a loved one, or you may have been a hairdresser or a barber or a grocery store worker who never had an opportunity to get in technology, but wanted to. And so we took those people who had a love for tech and said, we have a place for you. In addition to that, we made sure that we did not require a degree. Why is this important? Because many people look at skin color or background as a success model for diversity or a measure for diversity. But we understood that also financial diversity is a huge barrier for many. Not everyone can afford to go to college. And if they could manage to go to college, maybe they weren't able to afford a $50,000 to $150,000 piece of paper in order to prove their worth. And we recognize that what brilliant minds are we excluding because they didn't know that they enjoyed technology at an early stage in life. So what did we do? We hired for potential and we didn't hire for hard skills. And because of that, today, we have a diverse cohort of candidates that we would have never looked at had we not removed the hoops that they had to jump through. So let's move on. Let's talk about what our program looks like. So here's what we're moving towards. We currently just hired our first cohort, and as of June 7th, they will begin their journey. All will receive a 100% paid salary as they go into the next 12 to 20 weeks, gaining their certifications. So what does that look like? Again, we didn't require that they had a degree. All we required is that they had a mindset, a growth mindset, and a mindset to learn, a mindset to want to get engaged in technology. And it did not matter how old you were or how experienced you were. If this is something that you were interested in, we wanted to make sure that they knew it. And so again, we are allowing them to go into this brand new career field in the next 12 to 20 weeks. We are paying for everything. In addition to that, they will go through a rotation within the different areas. So end user has an end user rotation, infrastructure has an infrastructure rotation, and cyber has a cyber rotation. And all of this, they are Freddie Mac employees from day one. They get benefits from day one. And we didn't treat them like consultants who were disposable. We treated them and made sure that they're full-time employees who will feel comfortable with adding to our organization. So what is the learning model since we didn't require a degree? We partner with CompTIA, and CompTIA provided all and will provide all of the instruction that they need in order to move forward. With that, we made sure that we built in bi-weeks, because success in ensuring that each of our persons, our cohort persons, feel like they can get everything that they need to be successful on the job, right? So everyone will have certifications, and it's a requirement. And in addition to that, we also wanted to make sure that they understood the pain points of working within IT. So everyone will be going through service desk hours within our service desk area to make sure that they have a customer point of view. And customer points of view, what happens when you have a problem? Normally, it pushes you to want to solve for a solution, and it builds innovation. So we want to make sure that they understood where the pain points were. That way we can continue to build innovation. And last, when it comes to this particular program, we understood how important it is to have community during hard times, right? So COVID has especially shown us the major part that connection has to other people, and when it comes to navigating new spaces. Therefore, in addition to all the learning models that we have, in addition to everything that we're providing them, we also wanted to make sure that we provided them with a support community. That way they have someone that they can lean on during their new journey, and they also have a starter network that they can build on while they are here. We understand that in this virtual environment, it's very hard to network and to meet people, especially within a large organization. And we wanted to make sure that we set them up for success. So this is what I'm built, and I'm sure that you're probably wondering, will spaces open up again? And currently we are in the pilot phase. So we'll learn by the end of the year whether or not we will continue on with the model. But because it has caught on within our company, other divisions within our enterprise has seen it work, understand that we can build an awesome cohort without people who didn't have experience prior to, and they can still be innovative and grow the company. And so right now, we're trying to consider the blind spots, and we're kind of looking at everything that we need in order to create a place that each of these people would want to come to. In addition to that, we are looking at hiring and trying to make sure that we refrain from building walls that prevent us from exposure to talent that who would want to come to us, but otherwise would not because they didn't have the experience. So that more so is our model for FinTech. And I'm going to move on a little bit. So to the candidates looking at the position, I do want to encourage you. I know that you've heard a lot today when it comes to applying for InfoSec jobs, when it comes to cyber jobs, when it comes to IT as a whole. Many times as we are looking for different positions, we kind of get lost in the sauce, but I love this quote. It says, always in your career and in your personal life, be evolving with technology. It's important to have a growth mindset in anything that we do. Carol Dweck wrote an amazing book that spoke about the importance of allowing your mind to continually grow and expand. And her book is called, I believe, Growth Mindset. Again, that author is Carol Dweck. And growth is not always an additional degree. It is challenging the limits that others deem to be true. If you think about some of the inventors that are around, you think about your Bill Gates, outside of everything that's going on in his personal life, and the Elon Musk, and even the Thomas Edisons of the world, or the George Washington Carvers. The greatest inventors were those who were not fazed by what others could not fathom to be true. I personally am a disruptor. My strength lies in knowing that possibility is everywhere and that I know my worth. So to you job persons out there who are looking for a new career and you're trying to figure this whole job thing out, the one thing that I want you to recognize is whether it's fintech or whether it's something else, is that you are the prize. You're not the consolation for all those who decided to wake up that morning and decided to show up. You are the prize, and everyone does not get the prize. And so I would say with fintech, we were so excited to get a bunch of prizes and that we received the rewards simply because we decided to disrupt what people expected of us and to tap into a market of people who are awesome. And lastly, I will say, find your motivation, find your drive, and success will find you. What are you holding back that you should be giving to the world? I know someone who designs probably some of the most amazing funeral programs. She makes them come to life with QR codes, and you kind of scan it, and it makes the funeral programs come to life. It looks like it's a book for artists, but unfortunately, they're programs. And within the last 30 programs that she did, 17 were under the age of 10. Get that. I don't know how many people or the ages of people who are listening today, but I guarantee that most of you are over the age of 10. What does that show you? It shows you that time is short and life is even shorter. So I challenge you to live every day on purpose, and that each day that you willingly choose to bring not less than your full self to work. Because if you do, you would have missed out, and the rest of us are cheated out of extending and great talent. So I just want you to remember that you are, again, the prize, and that as you continue to go through what you're going through today, which is looking for a new position, remember that we need you. Please don't hold back. Please bring your authentic self. And if you need anything from us or you have any questions, Freddie Mac does have a breakout session, so we'll be in the Q&A breakout. And we also have a virtual booth where we'll be putting out cyber and infosec positions that we have open currently. And we hope that you will apply. So that is all that I have today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to the companies that we have out there, please reconsider the way that you hire because you're missing out on great talent. Thank you.